guys, if you want to grab 4 pillows, it's going to be a sweet small class. 4 pillows. I use bed pillows. And I love like just these guys. I have these kind of Tempur-Pedic ones almost, or memory foam, that are a little bit thicker, but you'll kind of see what works for you. It's always kind of fun to kind of make do with what we have, right? It's kind of like a game. And we're going to set ourselves up in a nice, gentle heart opener for the beginning of our practice. I should say this is Stretch and Restore. I think you all know that. You seem like you're ready for that. So we won't be moving a ton, but we'll be sort of tapping into some more like myofascial release and some sort of restorative work that will bring us to a little bit more of a gentle place. I'm going to demonstrate everything and sort of lead you through some meditation. So if you have any questions or need anything and I'm not responding, just unmute yourself and let me know. But we'll do this together. So you can lay 2, depending on how thick they are, 2 to 4 pillows at the top of your mat. And we're just going to be going into a nice, gentle, supported fish pose. So it's putting the back of your sacrum against the pillows and then laying on back. And you can let the arms kind of rest open here. You can bring them onto your body if that feels good. Sometimes I like to leave the palms on my rib cage if I'm feeling a little bit ungrounded. Otherwise, you're welcome to sort of open up here. And as you begin to enter this space, hi Amy. If you want to grab 4 pillows, we're just going to be using them for some support. Awesome. As you find yourself in this space, you can just let the legs relax open. I'm going to start to notice if a gentle release begins to happen in the chest here. And as you settle into this shape, it's beginning to allow the body to arrive in a new space. You know, we spend a lot of our time in the same space these days and trying to sort of compartmentalize or negotiate our time within the same physical space can be quite challenging. And as we take this time to tune in, we can begin to allow our bodies to shift. I'm thinking about this really beautiful pattern that we actually develop in movement as we develop as infants. It's the pattern of yield, pushing, and reaching. And as babies, we learn this in a sequential pattern, the ability to yield into our mother's arms, eventually leading us to be able to push into the floor, into the earth, and then to reach and stand and connect with others. And these days, as we're all well past this developmental stage, we've sort of integrated this into our systems, and we utilize it on a day-to-day basis, which is a really powerful way of being able to soften, connect to the earth, and to connect with others. But oftentimes what happens is we can get stuck in this reaching part of this sort of chain of understanding. This reaching, this desire to continue to do, to reach outward, to do more, to be more, to accomplish more. And in this time that we are currently in, we have an opportunity to check back in with this very fundamental chain of action that exists within all of us. Yielding, to then push, to then reach. And reaching from a place that has no yielding is reaching from a place that has no ground. You might notice this almost like treading water. Sometimes we get so overwhelmed with all that we're doing. And as we take this time to begin to step back and yield into the earth, it can provide a little bit more support for all of the reaching and connecting that we're able to do. As you find yourself in this space, this new space that you've created for yourself, begin to do just that. Yield, softening. Notice the body as it rests on the earth below you. Perhaps noticing the body in its attempt to pull away from the earth, its attempt to close, and seeing if you can again begin to yield and continue to return to this idea, and seeing how gentle you can become with your own self, just treating yourself like a little baby today. Super sweet relationship we can cultivate with our own bodies and minds. And letting the breath pass through the body, and letting the body fall. And offering the Guru Mantra to our past teachers, mentors, everything and everyone that has allowed us to come to this moment in time, has in some way taught us something, brought us to this moment. Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. You can take a deep inhale through the nose, letting it out with a sigh. Deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. As you inhale, filling the base of the pelvis, allowing the breath to travel up the spine, toward the heart, up into the skull. And as you exhale, letting the breath water the body. Yeah, as you inhale, filling. And as you exhale, washing, watering. It's beautiful. Sort of ebb and flow of the breath, filling the body as much as you can. Exhaling to let it fall. This beautiful space that you have created for yourself in the home of your body. Noticing any pulling away from the earth, and once again softening. And letting the mind really rest in the body today. Right here is the only place that you need to be. Giving back to yourself. Take 3 more deep breaths together. Deepest inhale, filling the capacity of your entire body system. Exhaling, really letting the air flow out of the body. Deep breath in. Exhale, falling deeper into the earth. One more just like that. Deep inhale. And exhaling, letting the chest fall open. You can begin to draw some movement into the fingers and the toes. Almost like this awakened moment of Shavasana. And then we're just getting started. We can stay in this really gentle place. Deep awareness flows through the body, And we're just listening as the fingers and the toes lead to the wrists and the ankles. Eventually bringing one foot and then the other flat onto the mat, about hip widths apart here. You can bring the palms of the hands onto the thighs. The heel of the palm where the wrist meets can come right into the crease of the hip. Taking a deep breath in, you can begin to push into the palms, allowing for a slight release of the sacrum here. Gentle pressure, as much as you want to go. You can go pretty hard with using the architecture of the body to begin to release the sacral joint. You can take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, softening the pressure, allowing the body to fall once again. Really letting the body soften into the earth. As you inhale, pressing into the thighs once again. Pressing, allowing that traction to open up the base of the spine. Taking a deep inhale, filling the body. And as you exhale, softening the pressure in the palms and letting the body fall once again. We'll do that one more time. Seeing how gently you can transition as you press into the thighs. Really turning up the pressure slowly. Allowing for the breath to really fill the belly, filling the heart space, filling the skull. And then as you exhale, letting the pressure go. And just allowing the palms to fall out to the side. Heel toeing the feet to the outside of the mat, allowing the knees to fall together. And just take a couple of breaths here. Maybe noticing if that's brought any new sensation into the body. Like a yummy low back release for you. And from here, you can begin to let the knees fall to the left side. And then allowing the body to fully collapse over to the left, finding your way toward a gentle fetus, almost like the sideways, gentle child's pose. Letting the bones fall into the earth once again. So we'll gently transition. You can press the palms into the earth, rolling up through the spine. And you'll make your way towards your hands and knees. And stay internal as much as you can, moving the pillows off to the side. Just find a few gentle twists here. So finding yourself in your tabletop position here, palms pressing into the mat. You'll notice this is so different from the way we normally approach this. Very gentle, but very supported. Wrists are right underneath the shoulders. Maybe you can feel the shoulder blades against the back of the rib cage. You can draw the chin into the chest. And pressing the tops of the feet gently into the mat. You can even allow the eyes to close. As you inhale to drop the belly, tail and the crown of the head reach high. As you exhale, curling the tail under the body, chin falls to the chest. Pressing into the palms. Inhale, belly drops, arching the spine, cow pose. And exhale to curl the spine, seeing how slowly you can move and seeing if you can meet that movement with the breath itself as you find your own rhythm. Maybe taking this time to notice something new about this shape, these shapes, these movements. Maybe the pressure in the palms, maybe the shoulder blades sliding against the back of the rib cage, the crease in the front of the hips. Just allowing us to begin to generate some movement in the fluid of the spine and the torso. Being nice and gentle. We'll take a few more here. Noticing any tenderness. Greeting yourself with a little compassion, remembering that sort of sweet, gentle nature that we can have for our own bodies. And eventually, once you've had enough, finding your way back to stillness once again. And let the spine be nice and long. It still feels quite gentle, a little bit different than our normal asana class. This really sweet space that we've created. You can tuck the right toes underneath and then extend the right leg behind you. Letting the toes be nice and grounded, you can begin to shift front and back, just gently opening up the back of the right leg. And waking up the bottom of the feet in this sort of rocking front and back, but nothing too extreme. Yeah, if your shoulders start to get a little tired, you can always rest in a child's pose. We won't be here for too long. Just a little opening. Take a deep inhale. Exhaling. And from here, sweeping the right leg out towards the side, so it's in line with the left knee. You can bring the left palm right in front of the face and inhale the right arm to lift high. As you exhale, threading the right arm underneath the body, we'll go into a variation of needle thread here. And just for a moment, pausing, taking a deep breath in. Your shoulder might not reach all the way down. Just waking up the spine. Take a deep inhale. Exhale fully. And as you inhale, lift that right arm high once again. And exhale to place the right palm down onto the mat. We'll leave the right leg out to lift the left arm high. Get my directions mixed up. Yeah, and as you exhale, threading the left arm under the body. This time, you have a little bit more space to perhaps lay down the left cheek. Maybe walking out the right fingertips and finding a space to rest here. Yeah, there's a few different ways you can go about this. You can begin to shift the hips back to open up the back of the right hamstring, or you can shift into the left shoulder blade here to open up the space between the shoulders, and then sort of twisting up to the right. It's up to you. Finding something that feels yummy and good. And take a few breaths here. Deep inhale. And exhaling to let the body be soft. Deep inhale. Exhaling. Notice with the inhale how the body inflates and sort of pulls away from the earth. And as you exhale, notice the bones as they soften and fall into the space below you. We'll take 2 more breaths. Deep inhale. Exhaling. Deep breath in. And exhaling fully. The right palm can come back underneath the shoulder. You can inhale the left arm to reach high. And exhale to place the left palm back down onto the mat. Bringing that right leg back into your tabletop and just shifting the hips side to side here. Yeah, it's like you can feel that nice opening in the sides of the hips where the muscles of the legs wrap around the glutes. Yeah, taking a few breaths, just allowing that to sort of wash through the spine. And then move into the other side. And find your stillness in your tabletop once again first. Just taking a moment, tuning into that sweet gentleness. And then tucking the left toes and sliding them back to extend the left leg long. And finding a few rocks here. Again, nothing too crazy. You know, we're staying soft. Even in these moments where we might be exerting a little bit of effort, can we begin to soften? Just imagine sometimes like moving through something really sweet and fluffy. I don't know if it's marshmallow, it sounds too sticky. But kind of what we all think that the clouds could maybe be. And as you're ready to let this go, just sweeping that left leg out to the side, lining yourself up here so that the foot is right in line with the right knee. Planting the right palm down to start, we'll open up with the left arm high as you inhale. And as you exhale, threading under the body just for a moment. Yeah, and kind of run into the wall of the right side body. We'll take deep breath in. Exhaling. Deep inhale. Exhale, feeling that nice crossing of the kind of opening of the back of the body. We'll take one more deep breath in. And exhaling fully. You can inhale the left arm to sweep high. And exhale to plant that left arm down once again. Lifting the right arm high with your inhale. And exhaling to thread the right arm under the body. This time laying yourself down and setting yourself up in a way that works for you. You can notice perhaps if you are tucking the tail under and see if you can maybe reach that right hip back towards the right heel gently. Sort of a subtle reach. Maybe you want to roll into the top of that right shoulder, opening up the back of the shoulder blades, back of the heart space. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, letting the bones soften. That sense of yielding. Yeah, where as we inhale, the body presses into the earth. That pressure can only come from a place of yielding. Where's the beginning of the yield? How much can we surrender our bodies into the earth below us? Take a few more breaths. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, left palm comes back under the shoulder, inhaling the right arm to sweep high. Exhaling, palms to the mat, coming back into that kind of gentle rocking inside of this tabletop. Yeah. Allowing all of that to just wash through the spine and giving the hips a little break. And settling in your center. We'll move our way into our puppy pose. If you have a really tight spine, you're always welcome to bring a pillow in front of you. It's not necessary. I'll demonstrate with the pillow. And you'll walk your palms forward. And just all the way, you want to keep the hips right on top of the knees. You can either place the forehead down or let the chin rest on the mat. And just reach your palms all the way out. Really allowing the back of the lumbar spine to reach upward. I like to tent my fingertips and give my armpits a chance to open up. We'll just take a few breaths here. Deep inhale. Exhaling, letting the belly be soft as the hamstrings reach high. Deep inhale. Exhaling fully. One more deep breath here. How open can you be? And exhaling, how soft can you be? And letting go of the palms. And just sort of scooching yourself down, allowing the body to fall. We'll make our way into a Sphinx pose. can move the pillow if you had one underneath you. This opposite of a I'm not sure what the knot is an opposite of, but we'll just find this place. Yeah, so the elbows will be underneath the shoulders. And you can let the legs be wide. Notice if you're sort of sinking into this shape and sink it from the base of your pelvis. If you can begin to root down with the pelvic floor and then curl up with the spine so that the heart reaches between the shoulder blades. Yeah, nice long spine here. Just a little bit of restorative after that deep stretch from the puppy pose. I'm going to really root the belly button up into the heart space. Yeah, you can play with that a little bit. Notice if you let the belly go, it actually allows the eyes to lift a little bit. And then really pressing down into the pelvis, allowing the belly button to begin to reach up into the spine. And finding that nice long spine, really strong shoulders. And then letting that go, letting the gaze lift a little bit. And we'll just do that 2 more times, pressing into the base of the pelvis. Pubic bone presses into the earth. Spine really extends as you bring the belly button up towards the heart. And then exhaling to let the belly go. 1 more time like that. Pressing down, pubic bone down, belly button pulls up. Pressing into the elbows even to open up the back of the heart. And then from here, just allowing the spine to soften. You can bring the palms stacked on top of one another. Open up the elbows and bringing the forehead to the palms. Just shifting the hips side to side. Really letting the body be loose here. Seeing if you can allow the bones to just sort of slosh around in the sort of outer layer of flesh. It feels quite nice on the lumbar spine. Take a deep inhale, still shifting. Exhale, letting go. Letting that settle. Just sort of noticing how your body is feeling in this new shape. And you can bring the elbows out to cactus here. Bringing the right cheek onto the mat. You can bend the left knee so that the foot reaches up. And just gently beginning to twist the body, bringing the left foot down onto the mat behind you. You can tent the left fingertips, and pressing into the left fingertips, you can begin to open up the spine for a nice gentle twist once again. Yeah, some people like to extend their left leg long. I find that it can help with having the left foot on the ground. It's going to give a little bit more leverage and control over the space that you're opening up in your body. Yeah. Taking a deep breath in as you open up, noticing in the right shoulder, super open. I always notice this in my lumbar spine. Might notice it in the front of your hip. Deep breath in. Exhaling to soften the body. Deep breath in, pressing deeply from that surrendered place. Exhale to soften. 1 more deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly rolling the spine back down onto the mat. Bringing the palms under the forehead. Once again, finding that nice rocking in the body. Maybe you can really allow yourself to be soft here. Yeah, it doesn't require too much effort. And seeing if you can really let the bones move inside of you. And then letting that settle. Once again, just noticing, how is my body feeling? Move into the other side. So bringing the arms out to cactus once again. Left cheek this time onto the ground, bending the right knee. And lifting that right leg back behind you, pressing the right foot into the mat, tenting the right fingertips to gently leverage the body to open up in this little twist here. You're welcome to extend the right leg long and keep it flat onto the foot onto the ground. Taking a deep breath in to open. Exhaling, letting the bones be soft. Yes. We can't really soften our bones, but almost imagining that they have a moment to just be a little bit softer. Yeah. Letting the edges of the body begin to dissolve. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling. Deep breath in. Exhaling fully. One more inhale here. And as you exhale slowly, allowing the body to descend back onto the belly. One more round of our nice shifting in the hips. You might notice you're quite loose now. And the more we practice being soft, the easier it is to return to. We think about being strong as what we need to practice the most. But if we can remind our nervous systems of softness, it can become more accessible to us. Just letting that settle. Enjoying the sensations, sort of residual movement as it passes through your body. So nice. And bringing the palms under the shoulders, gently shift back and find your way to Virasana for a moment. We're just going to move through this. We're going to set up again for some other gooey restorative shapes that will hold for a little bit longer. You can bring the same support out in front of you. And throughout, just notice if you want to do another pillow or less. It's all up to you and how your body's feeling. We'll start off with a supported spinal twist here, which is one of my personal favorites. You can bring the right femur onto the edge of your pillow set here, and allowing this sort of open shape with the legs. As you sort of splay to one side, I almost think of like riding horseback like a lady or something funny like that. But from here, your pelvis is kind of facing the side. You'll just twist the palms so that they can frame the pillows. And without cranking your spine, just gently shifting your heart sort of up on this diagonal, and then walking yourself forward, allowing your body to fall down. And you have a few choices for your head. If your low back is quite tender, I suggest keeping your head facing the open side of the twist. If you are really bendy and you want to go a little farther, you can complete the twist with the top of the spine, or you can even put your face down, which is actually quite nice. It can feel kind of good to just give yourself that moment. And from this shape, you can let the palms stay right next to you. And seeing if, depending on how your pillows are, your body might want to resist the ground, but seeing if you can really give into the cushion of the pillows. As you find this space, just beginning to notice the breath. Notice the sensations that will begin to arise. They're quite subtle. Yeah, this is a good release for the sort of chain of tissue and fascia that runs along the back of the body, allowing it to open up all the way from the left hip up into the skull even. And seeing if you can really be so soft in this moment that perhaps you can sense this opening and softening. Deepening the breath, letting the shoulder blades fall away from one another, letting the heaviness of the pelvis anchor you into the earth. Noticing where the palms and the earth meet. Seeing if you can allow this space to be a little bit softer. It's like you're caressing the surface of a still lake of water. And so gentle. Allowing the body to shift into this really beautiful space of quiet. And continuing to allow the mind to travel within the body. Maybe going back to the creases in the hips, even the toes, the pelvis, the belly, the back of the neck. We usually are a little sneaky with ourselves with the back of the neck. Might feel soft, but seeing if you can actually just let it go a little bit more. Even letting the muscles of the face fall. Just taking about 5 more deep breaths here. Letting your mind be curious within your own body. How much can I let go? And I yield into the earth below me. No need to push or reach in this moment. It's complete surrender. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling. Deepest breath in, filling the base of the pelvis up into the heart, the crown of the head, and exhaling to fall. As you're ready, just gently pressing the palms into the mat and peeling up through the spine. Seeing if you can stay in that sweet space as you transition towards your hands and knees. And coming a little bit closer to the pillows here, you can bring the left leg on the outside of the pillows, but your hip crease will be about on the end of the pillows here. We're going to move into sort of supported bedtime pose. I don't know what this would be called, but it feels really nice on the left hip. As you find this space, once again, choosing the way you'd like your head to be, and then allowing the arms to be soft. Noticing if your body's trying to hold you in a shape, and seeing if you can actually let that go. Yeah, so my knee just slid out a little bit, and that's perfect. Yeah, just finding a place to have your body be completely supported. As the left hip gently opens, super subtle, work in the fascia rather than the muscle, so it might not feel too intensive. It might not feel like too intense of a stretch, and that's okay. Just letting the body fall for a few breaths here. You notice a sensation in the front of the right hip. Checking in with the space beneath your palms, beneath your elbows, beneath the knees, and the tops of the feet. How can I yield into the earth below me? Letting go a little deeper. Just a few more breaths in this shape. Back of the neck, back of the heart, back of the pelvis. Everything is falling to be held by the earth. One more deep breath in. Exhaling. One more like that. Deep inhale. Exhaling completely, bringing the palms back under the shoulders, and again gently peeling the body up. Yeah, super gentle. It's like you're picking up a child fell asleep in the car and just putting them in a new sweet shape. Yeah. We'll move on to the other side here. So placing this time the left femur against the short edge of your pillows. Arranging the legs in this nice open shape, and then finding this gentle twist, being sweet with yourself, no cranking, and gently falling, guiding yourself down onto your pillows, choosing which direction you'd like your neck to be in. And falling once again. The sweetness of being held by what is below you. It tends to be when we hold ourselves away from the earth. Sometimes we forget that we can trust that the earth will hold us. And if we let go, we're very close to the ground in these shapes. Very close to the earth, so falling won't take us that far down, but rather it will allow us to be held. And letting the edges be soft. As the bones fall with each exhale, and palms resting on that still lake. Allowing the noise of the mind sort of traverse its way through the body. Creases in the hips, that gentle opening in the back body, in the sacral area, the back of the heart. It's being so soft, so sweet with yourself. And take about 5 more breaths here. Letting go in the back of the neck. The muscles and the skin of the face. The tongue. The chest. And as you're ready, just drawing the palms into the earth. Notice from that deep yield, that gentle pressure, that pushing into the earth to peel up the spine. And making your way to the other side of our yummy supported sleep posture. And that right knee on the outside of the pillows. Lowering yourself down. Finding this really nice support under the front of the body. Perhaps allow us to surrender a little bit deeper. If you find this shape, begin to tune back into the breath. Notice where the sensations begin to arise. It's likely different from side to side, from person to person. But these little bits of sensation, almost like little gifts of information that only you get to know, only you get to hold. How does it feel to let go? Letting go of the pressure between the palms and the earth. The elbows, the knees, and the tops of the feet. The back of the pelvis, back of the heart, back of the neck. And just falling. So nice. And just a few more breaths here. How soft can you be as you let yourself go? Allowing the breath to open up the back of the body. We'll take one more deep breath in together. Letting it out through the mouth. Just really drawing the palms under the shoulders. Pressing into the earth to peel the spine off of the ground. And shifting yourself back into a closed knee Virasana. Won't be here for long. You can let the eyes stay soft or closed. And just bringing the palms to clasp behind you. Pull the palms down towards the feet. Moving nice and slow as you draw the shoulder blades together. And gently lifting the chin to open up the chest. Feels quite dramatic after being on our bellies for so long. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling. Deep inhale. And exhale to draw one ear to the shoulder to open up the side of the neck. Inhale to let the head fall back towards the back of the body. And then exhale to draw the other ear to the other shoulder. Just finding a few half circles here. Really opening up these muscles in the fascia and the side of the neck before we find our final place of rest. Just letting the breath be nice and deep. So much sensation that the body is feeding you. And once you've had enough of that, you can bring the chin to the chest and let go of the palms. And just allow the palms to rest on the thighs for a moment. And sort of honoring the body and the sensations that pass through it. You can shift the hips to one side. Move into a supported butterfly for our final position today. So you can pop these guys open, sort of angle them so that they can support your knees. Yeah, depending on your flexibility, you really want your knees to be supported. Even if you're flexible, you want the knees to not have to work, or the inner thighs to not have to strain. So as you find this shape, you can shift the pelvis forward rather than sitting like this. Just tuck the pelvis under and gently walk the elbows down, lay yourself down. Not the most glamorous transition, but that's okay. Bringing the palms onto the belly. As you find this shape, maybe rocking the pelvis side to side, almost like you're getting into bed. You could almost get into the ground beneath you. Getting nice and cozy and comfortable. And begin to find stillness. So we enter the space of Shavasana. And while this may not be a normal shape of Shavasana, you can bring in the mood of Shavasana. Corpse pose is a place to witness, a place to let go, and a place to simply be. And reflecting a little deeper on this idea of yielding. What does it mean to yield? Where my mind normally takes me with this term is of a vine that yields fruit. And what does it mean for a vine to yield fruit? Is, as it says, ripe and ready. The vine releases its fruit into the earth to yield. To be so ready to release the product of our labor is so hard as humans. We work and we do and we accumulate and we attach ourselves, and ultimately we can yield the fruits of our labor by giving them back to the earth. When the vine gives the fruit back to the earth as it yields, the fruit ultimately feeds it and nourishes it that much more as it decomposes and falls into the soil. And just in deeper reflection of this for my own practice, I wonder if it's a practice we can invite in to our own hearts, to yield, is to let go of the fruits of our labor and trust that they will feed us again. As you rest in this shape, trusting the earth below you to hold the bones of your body, as you simply let go and yield into this sweet space of surrender. And as we are all in the sweet comfort of our own homes, you're welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. Perhaps it is your final resting place of the evening. And if you'd like to sort of close out this practice, you can begin to deepen your breath, filling the belly into the palms. And beginning to bring the mind back from wherever it's taken you. And bringing the palms to the outsides of the legs, and gently guiding the knees together. And bring the knees into the chest, giving yourself a loving hug, rocking a little side to side. Feeling the space in the back of the body against the earth. Make your way to your left side, our lunar side, this sort of more soft, creative, energetic space in our bodies, and just letting the bones rest for a moment. Again, we've sort of exercise that muscle of softness and seeing if you can tune back into that and let yourself be. And as you're ready, from that deeper softness and yielding, pressing into the earth, to gently roll up through the spine and find your way to a closing seat. Let the eyes stay soft or closed. Eventually we'll meet in this space, perhaps bringing the palms together and just not too rigorously, just allowing the palms to slide against one another, perhaps noticing a heightened sensation in the palms. Be quite nice when we've awoken our nervous system. And letting them come to pause in the center, gentle pressure between the palms as the thumbs meet right in front of the heart space. Just enjoying this sweet stillness that you've brought into your space and your own system. May we bring this soft yielding with us, and may we know that this is always within us whenever we need. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, letting it out through the mouth. I'll do one more like that. Deep inhale. chin fall to the chest, honoring yourself, your practice, honoring the light within your own heart, allowing you to honor it within each and every soul you encounter. Namaste.